It's under your settings.
Can't see because of your light.
Look for light. Hey, you're listening to Rogan Radio. It's another episode. We're on the house tonight. Very special guest. Not only do we have Todd Beck, as usual, not only do we have Jimmy Wisniewski, but we also have Christian.
Hi.
Christian is our youngest member of Rogan Radio.
He's the youngest member. Actually, who's the newest member? Ashley. Dean's wife. She's the newest member. Yeah. And now we have
What? You can't say that on TV.
Sounds like baby food.
You can't say that.
Anyway, listen, we're gonna. This is like before the Star Wars thing, and we're getting extremely jacked up for it. Now, you guys are going to see it. We have Jimmy and we have Christian. You guys are going to go see it. Because I didn't think it was going to be open up until the 18th.
Yeah, Thursday night we're seeing.
Yeah, and you're actually going to see it on Thursday, the very first show.
Yep.
And we're going to be there. Rogan Radio is going to be there, kind of videotaping. We're going to do a little podcast there. So if you're going to be out and about, if you're going to be near the Meadowbrook Mall, if you're going to be watching in line, guess what? You're going to see us, and we're going to love it.
As long as this podcast is out before then.
No spoilers, Jimmy. No spoilers. Keep all your comments to yourself after we see it on Friday the 18th. Thank you very much.
Yes, which one thing we do have to say is that if you do see it, and have a lot of respect, because one thing that we can't do is right now do anything as far as looking at anything social.
We got to keep it shut down because we don't want
any spoilers.
We've been waiting for this thing since like 2012.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, since they announced
the last movie.
Yeah,
right.
I know, but since they announced this movie, it's been like 2012, 3 years. So we want to go into this thing with some fresh eyeballs.
Right.
But we've always wanted this. Even with the first three, everybody was excited, and what people wanted with those prequels was what we're hopefully getting.
Absolutely.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're listening to Rogan Radio, and what we're going to talk about in this particular episode, we're going to talk about, once again, we're getting close to 500 hits, which means what happens at 500.
500 hits is a $100 gift card of your choice.
$100. And then the app, which
down to 500. Woo!
It's getting close. And we also have, don't forget, each month, if you haven't seen it yet, well, there's a reason for that. We haven't released the actual app yet. I keep talking about we're going to do that, and we're going to give away $25 each month and whatever gift certificate you want. If you are the winner each month, and all you have to do is get the app, put it on your phone, take a screenshot of it, post it to Rogan Radio, bang, it's going to be that easy, but that comes for later. Also, we're going to talk about, it was my birthday there about a week or two ago.
Yeah, it's your birthday. You got some birthday song? You got some birthday music?
We're going to talk about my birthday. We're going to talk about, we have some text, and don't forget, you can get hold of us in many different ways. You can tweet us. You can also send a message to us on the Facebook. Just look for Rogan Radio. You can leave a comment, which we had a comment, and I don't know, but she was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Did you see the comment on that?
I think her name was, what was her name, Chuck?
No. I'm talking about on YouTube.
Oh, we had one on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, let me pull this up.
I did not look at that.
Yeah, on the last episode 8, and you can check all these videos out that we're doing right now. You can check all that stuff out on the YouTube. We had a comment here from. I'm going to find out why you think about something else we can talk about.
Chuck's birthday. Let's talk about Chuck's birthday today. When birthday was the 6th. And
the birthday was the 6th of December.
The big 5-0.
5-0, buddy. 5-0.
5-0.
Listen,
that is a milestone, my friend.
Listen, you know what? It's amazing that I got here this long. Actually, no, a 45. 45.
Walking down the street.
Half his life is over.
So anyway, we had a comment.
Way to look at it.
Cocoa liqueur. Cocoa liqueur. She says awesome.
I think she was talking about me.
I'm not sure about that, but cocoa liqueur, and you and your sexiness with your heels and your blonde long hair.
If you're even real.
If you might even
Cocoa
be real.
liqueur might be a big fat bald man.
Yeah. And a fake account.
Because that picture did not look like she listens to Rogan Radio.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just
What's
saying.
that supposed to mean?
Which,
Yeah, you know what? You're cutting us down.
I mean, right there.
That's cocoa liqueur right
Coco,
there.
you're so pretty, Coco.
Well, you are pretty, Coco. I just like to call her Cocoa Liqueur.
Do you think Liqueur is her last name?
Well, I'm just thinking Cocoa Liqueur. What is a Cocoa Liqueur? Is that like an Irish coffee or something?
Yeah, it would be like
Sounds
a chocolate,
which means it's a fake name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
which means
Coco's short for like
probably means there's only one picture on that account. It's like the profile pic that they use to like lure people like Chuck.
Well,
in.
that's you know what, and that's what works for me because the more likes and people look, who's your friends? Who's your friends?
Who's your friend Coco? Oh, hey,
or like
Coco.
when you go on Todd's like friends list there on YouTube, it's like it's like PP a lot or something like that. PP
And you
a
see,
zoo.
and Chuck's reading it like in the girly voice that he sees there, and he's like, "Ooh, it says awesome." Meanwhile, it's a dude on the other going, "Awesome, amen."
Buy sunglasses. It's special now.
Yeah,
from Coco
awesome.
I can't get enough.
He's got his hand
Well,
down
thank
his
you,
pants.
Coco Liqueur.
I can't get enough. RoganRadio.
I'm not really sure why you're doing that because
Scratch
Coco
it.
Liqueur was saying we were off.
Pretend scratch.
So we're going to talk about that. We had some.
Thank you, Coco.
We had some feedback on the Rogan Radio hotline at 681-222-ROGN. We encourage that, and we're getting some great response on that. And I'm thinking now we have to broaden our horizons. You know, we're going to give $100 to the 500th person, or no, I shouldn't say the 500th person. Everybody is eligible, but once we hit 500, we're going to go ahead and give away $100 to somebody in there, and we'll have like a wheel, or we'll figure out a way.
So it
to
won't
pick
be
somebody.
like it won't be
the 500th person.
Okay.
It'll be everybody below actually when we notice it because we don't really check it every day. So it can be 550. It might be the next podcast and it's 520. So we'll take all those 520 people, somehow come up with
Do a
the
random.
sexiest person named Coco
Coco.
Liqueur, and she'll win $100.
Well, yeah.
You know, it's our
And the winner
contest.
goes to
That's right.
Nah.
Oh, by the way,
we got to put
yeah.
a wheel. We'll make a wheel or something.
So we're going to talk about that, and yeah, we'll do that. We'll pick names and letters. We're all wearing Star Wars shirts, and I didn't introduce my Star Wars shirt yet. By the way,
No, we haven't seen it.
we
yet.
haven't seen it yet. Check
Oh,
this
what
out.
are you doing?
Yep, because I'm wearing my stormtroopers. Look at this. Look at this right here.
Ooh,
Isn't that our computer
Feel it.
background?
yeah,
See
that
this
looks
right
very
here?
nice.
Let's see this right here. Feel that?
Isn't that our
Wow, that
computer
feels
background?
really
Yeah.
soft.
Right down
Real
here's
well.
R2D2. Feel R2D2.
That feels really soft.
Go down.
Right
What's
down
it
here's
feel
my-
like
here's-
further
here's
down
my-
there?
Here's my lightsaber right
Further
there. Feel
down.
that
Let's-
lightsaber right
Let
there.
me see. Oh,
a
that's
little
a big
small
lightsaber.
little small for a stormtrooper. And we got matching ones here. We got
That's
matching
very
ones
good.
here.
The Wisniewski's wearing their matching Star Wars shirts.
Star Wars, anybody see that? You see that? I got the Millennium Falcon.
You got the engineer.
Everybody's favorite Star
love
Wars
that.
ship from the Star Wars galaxy.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely.
The most favorite ship?
Absolutely.
No, I like it, but Jeremy likes the TIE Fighter.
Well, Jeremy doesn't know Star Wars.
Jeremy just likes the sound of the TIE Fighter.
Jeremy calls the Millennium Falcon the Bicentennial Falcon because he doesn't get it.
Yeah, we can say whatever we want about Jeremy because he don't listen.
Well, he does this, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to admit it.
Well, he's not gonna
What?
For that $100 thing, I think you should choose someone who's been watching every single podcast.
Maybe. Well, you know what? That's something else. Like once again, we're getting back to where we were before I get too off track. Maybe to broaden our horizons, we'll go ahead and have a contest solely for the number, the number. So,
like for that 500.
we're not going to do the 500 text, but no. That'll be completely different.
It'd be easy to try and get someone to just, it'd be the 500.
Yeah, we'll say something. We'll ask a question, and you'll have to text it to that number or whatnot, something like that. You know,
Something like if you've been listening long enough, then you know the answer to this question. One of them things?
something. We'll figure out something, and we'll do another $25 gift certificate or something like that.
I'm calling in.
That you can't call in, man. You work.
Listen, you put fake messages on there from
What are you
fake
talking-
people.
Listen.
Like Coco, probably
Liqueur.
you. That's probably you.
Coco, if I look that good, let me tell you something. If I looked as, and if you could see this, Coco Liqueur, and you know what? I hope you're real. And
You put it up there so we can all see it.
Yeah, I can't really see Coco.
I can't
I'm gonna
either.
do that
All I
right
see
now.
is platinum blonde hair.
I don't even see that from here. I think he's lying.
no way, buddy. You will be quite amazed by Coco Liqueur.
Come on, Coco.
You know what? You're going to shit your pants when Coco Liqueur actually calls us and is on the phone, and you get to talk.
Why
to
doesn't she?
Coco
She's
Liqueur.
got the number. She's got Rogan Radio's number.
Yeah, I don't know. Coco, call us 681-222
Man, I didn't even see
ROGN.
her.
It's not it's not putting up there because I have to play it some video.
I don't know
so
what's wrong.
whatever, that's okay. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some Star Wars jazz tonight, as always, just for the mere fact of this is Star Wars week, so we're going to do
Yeah,
that.
this is the biggest thing right now.
We're going to go over all these
in
text
the
messages
world.
that we got at 681-222-ROGN, otherwise known as the Rogan Radio Hotline. And I think maybe I'm trying to line up a guest tonight, but I'm not sure if that's going to work out. I haven't heard anything back yet, and I do have a new job.
You have a new
I don't have a
job?
new job, but NASA is hiring for astronauts.
You want to be an astronaut?
I would love to be an
Podcast from space.
astronaut.
He would love to be an
Well,
astronaut.
who wouldn't want to be an astronaut?
I want to be an astronaut.
So we're going to talk about that. The FAA is also going to now make everybody who has a drone, 1 pound or more, register your drone by February. Or guess what? If you fly it, you get caught. I guess they'll have like drone police out.
Is
I
that
was gonna
by
say-
states or is that federal?
That's a federal thing, yeah. And so if all of a sudden you're out there flying your drone because you want to, take some photography of a lake, and then you have this little FAA guy come out and say, "Hey,
He comes out and he
where's your
says-
license? I have to fly that thing." Then you might get arrested. I don't have to register my guns, but I have to register my drone.
I wouldn't register because I'd fight the power, man.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're going to lose that fight. You're going to lose that fight. But we may talk about that. And if you haven't done this yet, now I had a trip to New York there a couple weeks ago. This is pretty cool. Have you went to google.com/Star Wars?
No, but you were saying.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at it.
Okay.
In the
When you
Chrome
pick a
browser?
side, now this
Chrome
is something.
browser?
This
Okay, now I picked a side, but I didn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
didn't really notice it. And I didn't really notice it either. But I went to navigation. When I went to navigation, I said, because we stayed on Mott Avenue in New Jersey.
I thought you were going to say Clarksburg. That's
So I said, navigate to Mott. Okay, this is just an example. So when I came up, when the navigation thing came up, instead of like the little car or the little rectical thing.
Rectum?
Yeah, you take your finger,
Yeah.
you put it right
was
there
a-
on the rectum.
It was actually a little TIE fighter.
Oh, yeah?
That was my car that went all up through the streets and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Pretty nice.
Can I, like, if I put in the search bar right here, would it come up,
I think you have to install it or something.
You would, it's kind of integrated between it's just all based upon Chrome, and a lot of it has to do with Android and the phone and all that.
Yeah.
So
I see.
we might talk about that a little bit. Who knows what we're going to talk about? We're going to get into it, but one thing I do know is we appreciate you listening to Rogan Radio, and we're going to be right back.
I gotta go get that stuff out of the truck.
And make sure that didn't stop. 'Cause every time it seems like
You know what? I'll bet you it stopped right now.
Yeah, it stops and you turn it off.
Okay, so the next thing we'll do is talk about, we'll do this birthday message quote of the week.
Can I bring in that woman for?
We'll do that, yeah. We'll talk about her.
No, we're still recording.
Okay.
How do you spell liqueur? L-A?
Liqueur. Liqueur.
Cocoa liqueur right there.
Cocoa liquor. Cocoa la floor. Ooh.
No, that's
That's
about
not
chocolate
her.
liqueur.
Cocoa, not chocolate.
Chocolate
Cocoa. C-O.
Liquor.
C-O-C-O.
I got a Facebook account.
Space.
So,
You better not have one that says cocoa liquor.
no, it's-
L-I-Q.
It's Christian
No way.
Wojcicki.
Coca.
The only Facebook
No,
account
that's
that
not
I have
it.
is
That's
Christian
on
Wojcicki.
hers.
All right.
I forgot
Okay,
the
you
password.
ready to
Don't
work?
advertise it.
Yeah, very well.
Wait, we're recording?
Not yet. Okay. We ready to rock and roll?
got white and nerdy.
We got one share on that picture
That's
you put
me.
up already.
A share already.
Go to, what's it say? What's she said? What a
What a
crew. Okay. Okay, I want to start recording. 5 seconds, and we'll go ahead and...
Carla Ernest, come on. Hey, we got the Prices Right music.
Dun, dun, dun,
I gotta get the
dun.
Prices Right.
Started selling shirts online, Chuck.
Yeah, I know. We have, well, let's see here. The Death Star plans.
You need to put all kind of different languages.
Love it. Okay, you guys ready? Everybody ready?
Yep.
Christian,
5 seconds.
give me a
Check.
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 Okay, very good. We'll do 5 seconds. Hey, you're listening to Rogan Radio. I'm all choked up here because
Smoke.
Smoking. Because I'm reading some of the great things, some of the responses that we're getting on the hotline. And let me tell you something before we go to anything else. Well, should we do the quote of the day first?
Oh, hey, let's do that real quick. This is from somebody that we all know.
Do we have applause ready?
You got applause ready, Jimmy?
Do I have an applause ready?
Who won? No, first of all, the thing that I want to know is if you do have, or the things I want to tell you, if you do have a quote of the day or a week or a podcast, listen, we need to start giving prizes out for all this stuff. If you send us a quote of the week, we need to think of some sort of a prize.
How about a $100 Amazon gift card? Brought to you by Rogan Radio.
Okay,
Chuck
then the first
Sexball.
winner is the quote of the week is from Chuck Rogan. This week it's like, hell no.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah, that's right. So, but we'll think about doing that. We're going to get everybody involved in this because this is once again, all of this is because of you guys. And the last episode, real quick with Tony, we talked about episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Tony's from Arizona, Tucson, or as Todd likes to say, Tucson.
Tucson, Arizona.
The podcast up to that one was, oh my goodness. You know what? It was, I can't remember the exact numbers. Super close to 15,000. It was like 14,003. Well, I don't
For that episode? For that particular?
Yeah, for that particular episode.
People are dropping off. No.
Exactly.
Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors.
14,000. It was like 90 something like that, 92 or something. That was the last time I checked, and that was when I talked to Tony, and I told him I was going to get him numbers on Sunday, and it's already like it's not Sunday, so I didn't do that.
Well,
but anyway,
we
back
could
to
do
the quote of
Sunday
the week.
Because here's our quote of the week. It's by Clint Eastwood.
He actually sent us something?
Yeah, he actually sent us something.
Hey, you're listening to Rogan Radio. We are back in the studio, and listen, what we just found out during one of the breaks is the fact that there is the youngest member of Rogan Radio. See if you recognize this sound. Give me that sound.
Go real close. What? How does he even do that?
How
with
are
his
you doing
face?
that?
Yeah, it's
Christian?
weird. He's
gotta
not
be
even
watching the video
moving
for this.
anything. Look, his mouth is
Let me see
open.
it.
You
Let
don't
me
even see his
Let
tongue.
me see it.
It's like Predator.
Bizarre.
He's Predator.
Yeah,
I want to hear a raptor too.
What?
Wait, I'll listen to the Predator again. Let me hear it. That is great. Now, one thing that it's been up to this point, we've been talking pretty much just back and forth. And one thing that if you're a listener to the podcast, one thing Todd likes to do, he's antsy. He's very antsy.
Yeah, I'm a little antsy sometimes.
Yeah, he likes to play with things.
And
Little
I have a
things.
present. I have a present for you because you're always touching something. You're touching me. You're touching Jimmy. Sometimes you even touch Chris.
Woo.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of bizarre.
He's 14 now.
So I got you something. You remember when Jimmy brought his tit ball in?
Yeah, let me tell you.
I
By the
love
way,
the tit ball.
how is your tennis elbow?
It's actually getting a lot better. I
Is
love
it?
the tip ball, but I haven't tested it with
Real
something
tits.
really heavy.
Oh,
no,
what do you got? I think, man.
No,
we got something
I
for
need
you.
to. I'll test it with. Go ahead.
You're a tester.
I'm a tester.
He has it sitting on top of a candle.
I like to test.
Just like that DVD,
the
Chuck.
sacred boob ball.
So what I got, I actually got something for Todd because once again it was an inspiration of the tit ball that Jimmy used.
It wasn't a $100 gift
Because
card.
listen.
but I will take it.
That was about the night we went out on the ghost hunt, and Todd was just jamming on this thing like he's never touched one before in his life, and probably he hasn't. So he's sitting there trying to he's like pumping up his Reebok tennis shoes, or his who was the Super Armstrong guy that you could
Stretch
pump?
Armstrong?
No, Steve Austin.
Steve Austin, yeah.
You could push him on the back, and he would lift all kinds of stuff.
He's so strong. My God, he's so strong.
So
I'm not
Christian.
going to look. I just want you to put it
Christian,
in my hand.
I need you to come over here. I need you to come over here because I want you to hold this up for Todd since I can't get up.
I'm not going to look. I just want you to put it in my hand. Just put it right here in my
I
hand.
want you to go ahead.
Right
Christian's walking up now. If you're listening to the podcast,
right
I got this.
here.
This is like a
Daddy's
tension ball,
hand.
a stress ball
Give
for
me that
Todd.
stress ball.
Yep.
Give me that stress. Right here.
Yes. Stretch
Oh.
that thing. At your
Oh,
own
you
little-
should have opened that.
Yeah. Go ahead and open that thing up. Anybody got a knife?
Got a knife, Jim? Jimmy's got a knife.
I always have one.
Oh, wait. I don't need a knife.
Whoa! He knows how to get into them things.
Hold
He
on
just
now.
can't wait to get his hands around that.
Hold on.
You
a
have your
second.
very own stress
What's
ball
inside that thing? It looks like it's ready to explode
It's
with
a
something.
big purple vein.
now. It's like a shrimp.
Can we see that on the Rogan Radio? Can we see that right there?
Shrimp.
It's called the stress pecker.
Whoa, what is
Wiggle.
in that thing? What is it? There's a little sperm in there.
Oh no, that's great.
It's got a little spoon.
Oh,
That's great. It
Shut
says
up.
wiggle, jiggle, and squeeze your stress away with the stress pecker.
You don't know how good I feel right now. You don't know the.
Of course, it was made in China. Damn
Well,
it.
of course.
Listen, go up there and squeeze that thing in front of the camera so they can see like the little,
Hey, no wonder
little
why-
golf
Squeeze your
tees in there.
penis in front of the camera, Todd.
Oh my goodness! That thing is, read that thing again. Read that again, Jimmy.
You can wiggle, jiggle, and squeeze your stress away with the stress pecker.
Todd is just all over himself right now.
Made by Uzi Creations.
Uzi.
The Oz stress pecker, made in China.
I think the actual guy that developed that was Big Long Dong.
Big long dong in China.
Hey, listen,
there.
thanks a lot for thinking about me.
Hey, you're absolutely. You know what?
You're
You-
shopping for a
th-
stress
and-
ball, and you saw that, and you thought, you know what? Hey, listen, I love that guy.
Now the nice thing about this thing is, let me show you. Now the nice thing about this is,
about that.
What?
is that you know what you
What?
This also doubles as a whoopee cushion because you can sit this on when Todd gets up to go to the bathroom or something. I'm gonna sit.
It's gonna expand back out and
I'm gonna sit that right there. It's gonna make crazy sounds when you sit back on your seat.
I think I'll keep my tit stress ball.
Listen, don't be. You know what? We should get your tit stress ball.
And you can rub that with them.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna leave this right here on Rogan Radio.
Yeah.
yeah, I tell you what. I hope you like this thing because you know what. I tell you what.
Slap him with it.
No matter how many times you shake and you dance, the last two drops always end up in your pants.
So you can never say you didn't get slapped in the face with a penis. Well, you couldn't say that before, but now you really can't say it because there's witnesses.
Here it is. This is the Rogan Radio. You know what? We should make these. We should patent these. We should put our logo on it. Rogan
I noticed
Radio.
you really know how to coddle the balls really good.
Listen, if you don't know how to coddle your own balls, Jim,
Jeez
I didn't say
Louise.
your own.
then whose balls can you coddle?
Oh, Christian, welcome to the real world.
Yeah, right.
Next,
Steph will be
you.
like, he's never going over there again.
Thank you.
Yeah, no wonder why that one girl put that bumper sticker on the back of your truck.
wow.
He likes gay porn.
All right, there we go.
Is that north?
Is that north?
That is north. That's for you, Coco.
But anyways, we just saw a thing here. We're going back to Star Wars once again. Jimmy and Christian, they're going to be going up the very first night. Now you have to watch once again because the 16th, and then whenever you listen to this,
In the UK, right?
it's going to be in Europe. The release is going to be in Europe, so you're going to have to really extremely watch yourself. Now the cool thing that Google's done is that there's an extension if you use the Chrome browser. There's an extension. All you have to do is Google Chrome Star Wars extension, and it'll block out any spoilers. So if you accidentally something's released, and please, whatever you do, if you go and watch them, give everybody a break or a chance at least to go see the thing and don't ruin it for them. Now, I really don't think for a long time I thought that they were going to kind of give the whole who's Kylo Ren thing. Well, no, I don't think that so much, just for the fact that in 1 and 2, it wasn't until halfway through 2, or I should say 5, Empire Strikes Back, that you knew who Darth Vader was.
Right. Yeah.
So there's going to be 3
thought he was
stories,
a
and
villain.
and if Kylo Ren's going to be in all of the 3 of these, we don't know if he is or not, but if he is, they're not necessarily going to give away too much in this movie.
Nah, they're just setting things up. They're kind of bringing the old in and then setting just the scene for the new story. We won't know anything about him.
I wonder if he is going to be like the villain in all 3, kind of like Vader.
Boy, he's good at it though.
Yeah.
He's good at it. And one thing
I don't know. I just don't know if I'm going to like him. I mean, I guess I love Darth Vader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if he's in all 3, you're gonna try and compare them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I just don't know that I want to do that. I don't know that I'm going to like him. I don't know.
Now, one thing that I do like too, one thing that I've noticed in these trailers, and I'm done. I'm done watching this stuff. I'm just done. I'm staying. I'm not searching. Which brings us to the next point: is that just saw a Google search because I don't have the extension on. Early critics review, because I guess I got to see it today.
Mm-hmm.
They said it brings the magic back to Star Wars. It kind of erases 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Which if you're not saying there's anything bad about 1, 2, and 3, I didn't necessarily.
I didn't mind 3. I thought was good. Parts of 2 were good, but number 1 was just too geared towards kids. And once they came out with 1, it's almost like even if they wanted to change 2 and 3, they couldn't because
there was still
it had
too much.
It had this fit with number 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
So I just think number 1 set the tone for screwing that up. You know?
Even like you said, even if 2 or 3 were good, people still going to remember 1 and go, well, it was okay.
And even Jeremy, who's said for as long as we've known him, Star Wars is gay. He does not like Star Wars. Now he loves Ghostbusters. He actually put a Ghostbusters tattoo on his leg. But he hates Star Wars.
That's gay.
Yeah, really, in one movie, and you're already putting tattoos all over yourself. But he actually sat down and watched 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, did he? I didn't hear
He
this.
actually watched 4, 5, and 6.
Well, once he got that Battlefront game, and he was like, I got to figure out what it's all about.
He
So
said
he started
he
watching them.
never liked it, but he said all I ever saw was a 5-second part with Jabba or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't. That's gay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me about this. This is the first I'm hearing this.
Yeah, so he actually sat down and watched 4, 5, and 6. Now the bizarre thing about this, Jimmy, the bizarre thing is that he didn't see. Now he liked them. He loved 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
He started watching Phantom Menace, and then he just turned it off. He just couldn't watch it. And I said, hey, don't feel bad because I'm the same way, dude. I said, hey, don't feel bad. But now the bizarre thing about it was when he was explaining scenes in 4, 5, and 6, Todd and I were on the phone. We were like, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? What he saw, what he watched the revised or the remaster or which I've never really actually watched.
Yeah, I've seen it. The last couple of days I've been watching them.
Okay, so he was saying something. Was it when was it with
It was in Return of the Jedi at the end when they're when they take at the end where they're burning Darth Vader. He's on fire.
Yeah.
Well, then
They
you
show
see
the
like
ghosts.
you see
They
Yoda,
don't show the old Anakin.
right.
Yeah, that's
They
what he
show the-
They
said.
show the young Anakin. Which is
like,
dumb.
what? Yeah,
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Because they show the old Obi-Wan to show the old Anakin.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
the
why
dumbest
did
thing
they do
ever.
that?
Okay, so he was explaining that. And I was like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
you
said, that is.
see Christian, whatever his name is. But anyway, Hayden Christensen.
So they actually blocked out Anakin as when Darth died.
Because that's when he dies. That's what he should look like. Just like Obi-Wan.
Right. Yeah.
And
Obi-Wan didn't.
I don't have a problem with a lot of some of the new stuff they put in. Some of it was really good. Some of it looks kind of cheesy. Even though it's computer generated, it still looks cheesy. But that's the one thing that really bothered me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I had
because-
never seen it. That was news to me when he told me.
Well, that's what we were on the phone.
So
we
we
were
got-
baffled by it. We was like, wait,
Yeah.
he was explaining this to us, and this is some dude that's hated Star Wars for so long, and he's explaining a scene. I was like, what are you talking about?
Because he probably was like, who's the young guy? He didn't know
right.
that was Vader.
Well, yeah. Well, and his thought was, because we had this little debate for a while, is that that's when Anakin was still young and still
on the light side or whatever.
But you know what? In reality, though, when he dies, Darth
He
or
was
Anakin
good again.
He was. He goes through this. He goes through this thing where he can't control his emotions per se. Then he becomes Darth Vader. Then he dies and realizes he becomes a good guy again.
Yeah.
And that's when he dies, and that's the only reason he's with everybody else is because he kind of comes full circle with it.
Yeah, there's one other thing that I really didn't like, and it's when he
There it is.
kills the Emperor. Yeah.
Stupid.
Now look.
Yeah.
Now what I don't like when he kills the Emperor. Remember before he's watching him electrocute Luke, and you can tell it's just eating at him, and he looks at him like this, and then he turns and then he finally just grabs him. Just gets the best of him. Now. I watched it, and this is the first time I saw it, and it really I was like, wow. They used Darth Vader's sounds from